Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it is officially summer. Usually about once a quarter, I try to reset 3 different areas of my life. The first one is my business. That pertains to the cafes we run, making sure that we are proficiently staffed for the summer, maybe renegotiate some vendor contracts, and just overall make sure that we are ready for what the summer holds. And then secondly, we also have some real estate rentals out of state. I manage those too, and just making sure that everything is set for our tenants, that we have all the bookings set, that our deposits are in order, and that everything is ready for the new tenants to come. Second is gonna be our home. Now, I normally don't do like a lot of deep cleaning throughout the year, but I just do a little bit of maintenance throughout the year. And maybe some areas that we don't give too much attention to in our home, I just try to clean them and make sure that they're properly kept up. And then the third area is gonna be my personal life. So these are anything that pertains to either my personal finances, my health, anything that just pertains to me. And I usually try to revisit maybe my goals or things that I'm working towards, well, at least once a quarter, just to make sure that I'm on track. So this week, as summer is now in full swing, I want to take some time just to do a little reset on those 3 areas. So we just closed one of the coffee shops. It's about almost 4 o'clock, and I'm sitting here waiting again for one of our vendors to drop off her order. I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that I'm probably going to change vendors. The problem is that it's not just that simple just to change vendors. Not that we have like standing contracts with them, but we already have pre-negotiated out prices, delivery times. They're just not delivering on time. We have no problems with anything else except for their delivery times. So I kind of like weigh the options. Is it really worth it to have to look for another vendor, renegotiate prices, open up a new account with them, and kind of start from scratch? The crossroad that I'm sitting between, even though going forward, it actually might be a lot better just to make the switch. So I'm gonna give these guys another chance. I'm gonna talk to their head office and see if we can kind of figure this whole thing out, because I've been using them for almost over 2 years. So I do like them in general, but we've just had problems as of late with delivery times. Besides that, everything else is pretty good in general. There's always things that we can work on and improve, but it's just weighing out my time, and a lot of things within a business, they actually take a lot of time to implement. Another thing that I've been working on is coming out with a new menu. So I think the way that you survive in this business is you constantly have to come out with new things and give the people something new. And it's just a reason to come back. I think the goal of our business is not to make it busy all the time, but it's to have a consistent, steady group of people that come to us, and we can kind of re-dip into those group of people and hopefully acquire some new customers. So trying to find something that's sustainable that actually gives us time to do other things. Speaking of that though, coming out with summer menus is one way, or seasonal menus is a really good way that we have found that we can attract new customers. I'm trying to finalize our summer menu, and we're actually thinking of coming out with a whole brand new menu of new teas to offer. But it's kind of the same thing. It's like restarting from scratch. We have to figure out recipes. We have to find the vendors that we're going to use. So everything in this business, in order to launch it and do it correctly, it does take time. Hopefully these people come soon. I'm just going to have dinner with my family later today, and not much else planned. Maybe do some cleaning also when I get home. So a little update on the delivery situation. Got an email about 8:30 p.m. that they had delivered the product, but I came in this morning and it was still not delivered. So I sent an email to the company, and unfortunately they do not actually have just a phone number that you can call, so I only can communicate with them through email. Long story short, we ended up getting it settled. They ended up delivering earlier today. But it is hard to manage your business when the main thing that makes the thing run, which is your inventory, is not coming on time. So I put another request with another vendor to get an account with them. Hopefully I can get that set up by the end of this week so that we can start ordering from them by next week. And unfortunately, I've been with this other vendor for about 2 years, but to a certain point, it's really hard for us to operate if we're not able to get the main thing that makes our business run, which is our inventory. So yesterday I was pretty stressed out, but I think having the perspective of taking a step back and really thinking about like what's the worst case scenario is that we get our order tomorrow and then I have to go out and buy some supplies to get us through the rest of the day. You know, unfortunately I didn't have to do that. So sometimes I just need to put things in perspective and take a step back and realize like it's not that big of a deal. We're gonna figure it out and it's not life or death. So the second thing I'm gonna work on today is some of my personal finances. Now what I do is, because I don't have a 401k, I don't have a job per se, everything for retirement comes down to just me. I structure my accounts in a way that I take my checking account, whatever I pay myself through my business, I then take a small portion of that and I put it towards a savings account. Once that savings account hits a certain amount, I put it into a brokerage account, a money market account. And I know it doesn't grow at the same rate as like the stock market. I do dollar cost average into cryptocurrency and the stock market regularly, but I don't bank on those things for my retirement. What I do is once my money market account hits a certain amount and I have that money more liquid, then I can invest into cash flowing assets like real estate. So that's kind of what I do. It is a long-term play, and me just personally, it's not that I don't trust the stock market, it's not that I don't like the stock market, it's just that I don't want all my eggs to be in the stock market. I prefer them to be in hard assets like real estate. That's just how I've personally chosen to diversify my finances. It may not be the best strategy and only time will be able to tell, but rather than me buying a home, I invest in cash flowing assets rather than me putting in the stock market where I'm subject to capital gains. Yes, I can borrow against it, but I'd rather just have that money liquid and own hard assets. That's just my personal preference. So I'm gonna reassess. I'm just gonna look at my finances, see how I'm doing, seeing how I'm doing for the quarter, see how I'm doing for the year, and make sure that everything is in order for me to hit my goals. That's gonna be all for today's video. Tonight I'm actually watching the new Superman movie, and other than that, just the weekend. I'll see you guys on the next one.